Life is full of choices. At Jewett City Savings Bank, we can make one choice easy, finding the right checking account. We offer a range of affordable accounts to fit your budget and needs, and each gives you the freedom to access your money the way you want, online, through our mobile app, or with your debit card. It's your money and your choice. To learn more about the account that's right for you, stop by one of our offices or visit us at jcsbank.com. Jewett City Savings Bank, member FDIC.
You buy better.
Better Burns.
Much better.
So much better Burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better Burns.
You buy better. You buy better.
Hurricane season is upon us. Did you know insurance companies can issue moratoriums that prevent you from securing coverage when there's an impending storm? Homeowners, business owners, property owners, act now. Don't let your coverage leave you out in the rain. The licensed professionals at the Burns Agency are here to help. Call, email, or chat with us online today. Don't let the next natural disaster become an insurance disaster. The Burns Agency, proudly serving Eastern Connecticut since 1932.
Better.
Better Burns.
Much better.
So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns.
You buy better. It burns. You buy better.
Reliable plumbing and heating services are just a phone call away when you contact the professionals at Mcguire Plumbing and Heating in Fallontown. Family owned for more than 35 years, Mcguire Plumbing and Heating has earned a reputation by providing accurate quotes and being open and honest when on the job, plus giving honest advice that may be needed down the road but isn't an immediate concern today. Find Mcguire Plumbing and Heating on Facebook or call 860-376-3388. Look for the big truck with the little Irish fella. Mcguire Plumbing and Heating, proud sponsor of Griswold Youth Football.
SNSN, your local news leader.
Bump, 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 bump. Morning, Jim.
Morning, Mike.
How are you?
Hey, for a young guy, I'm doing all right. As an old man, I'm absolutely fabulous. How about yourself?
Good, good. I want to say thank you very much to a new sponsor that we just heard, Mcguire Plumbing and Heating. We just played their message. We have a bunch of others coming on really soon as well.
I think Mcguire has been around many years, hasn't he?
35 years. 35 plus years, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's run by Jeff now.
That's what I've heard, John.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name, but I knew the son had largely taken it over.
Very nice guy. He's done work at our house. So that I can tell you. He's we had a with a shower that we couldn't get any hot water out of. So
well, you got to pay the gas bill to heat the water, Mike.
Oh, that was it. But you know how there's a diverter?
Yep.
So I thought that's what it was. Take the thing out, put the diverter in. Nope. It wasn't the problem.
It was in the control itself.
Yeah, it was some sort of nozzle or something that only plumbers would have. And I'm like, oh, well, there you go. So, but he knew exactly what it was, and we're talking like at a snap of a finger. He knew, exactly what it needed.
Well, he's probably seen that 100 times or more.
Yeah, and he goes, yeah, I haven't got the part in the truck. Okay, and he was done within God, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we had hot water in the upstairs shower. Boom. So, yeah. So, yep, I'm a big believer in Mcguire Plumbing and Heating. You know it's them when their truck goes by and you see the little Irish fella on the vehicle. So,
well, we all develop confidence in certain suppliers to services that we need. You know,
right.
Whether it's an electrician, a plumber, or a fuel company, you know, a carpenter.
Exactly. And everybody has this, you know, this certain Holy moly! What are people doing on Main Street today?
You know, it's a drag strip.
Oh my God, it is a drag strip lately, isn't it?
Yeah, you know,
it's pretty crazy.
From Fanning Park here to the lights. Hey. Well, I don't know. You don't have quite a quarter. Yeah, maybe you have quite close to a quarter mile. You see how fast they can get going before they get to Eastern Savings Bank.
Ever since they paved the road. Ever since they paved the road here in town.
Yeah.
It's been like off to the races ever since. So,
well, the state trooper, he ought to be able to make himself a living just monitoring the main street here.
I told Tim Sharkey, I said, Tim, you can you'll be able to go ahead and actually finance the entire borough if you put someone down on Carly Avenue and just watch people go through that stop sign. They just go right through.
That's an easy one to miss. I don't know why, especially coming from towards town. At least that's what I think.
Perhaps, but it is right there. I mean, if you just keep your eyes open and not texting, I think a lot of people just blow through it because they figure they can.
Well, that may be true too, but then again, you got to question the placement of a stop sign there on base. It is a dead end street basically.
The flagship for Griswold High School.
You're interrupting the flow of traffic on a through artery.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm not sure that the stop sign there is appropriate, but that's just my personal opinion.
I think the stop sign is there for one reason, and that's to slow people down because they haul ass on Ashland Street.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're moving. I mean, I'm not talking 35, 40. I'm talking 50, 60 up and down that road. And maybe that stop sign is there really just to slow people up a little bit or a lot. So anyway, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say we're going to break for news, but the question that we have this morning is: Do human beings, do they have more love and affection for their pets than they do another human being? And
I think in many cases they probably do.
I think so, but I would certainly like to get the people's view on this, whether you're in the chat room or you can give us a call at 860-591-1054. And I'd really be interested to hear exactly what people think about this. So,
their own personal story about a beloved pet.
Yeah. So, and I think there's a lot of credence to it. And there's a couple of things that I saw online too that I'd like to talk about too, as far as, do people like their pets, love their pets more than another human being? We'll find out. We'll talk about it in a minute right here on SNSN.
The flagship for Griswold High School sports and your home for local news and weather.
Broadcasting from Main Street in the borough of Jewett City.
The Streaming News and Sports Network, SNSN.
The 9 a.m. report on the Streaming News and Sports Network is being brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want, eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
I love working here because of the people, and I get to work with my family every day.
Come to Charlene's Diner for the best breakfast you've ever had.
That was Brittany and Matt from Charlene's Diner on Main Street in Jewett City. There are only a few things that have been able to stand the test of time in Jewett City, and one of them just happens to be Charlene's Diner, who just celebrated their 40th anniversary in business. How do you stay in business that long in a small town like Jewett City? It's a simple recipe, really, great food and friendly service. And of course, family. You'll feel like family too, because you'll always be greeted with a smile that makes you feel like you're right at home. Stop by for breakfast or lunch 7 days a week. If you don't have any time, well, that's no problem. Order ahead and your food will be waiting for you when you walk into Charlene's door. You can find Charlene's Diner on Facebook too. Stop in and join the family for breakfast or lunch today.
I'm Charlene. Come to Charlene's Diner and order what you want and eat what you get.
This is a news update from the Streaming News and Sports Programming Network, SNSN. On Monday at about 7:32 p.m., Plainfield police arrested 23-year-old Alex Betancourt Vasquez of Warrigan for 2 active hard copy criminal arrest warrants for burglary in the first degree, larceny in the third degree, and many others. The arrest was the result of a lengthy investigation conducted by Plainfield police. On March 17th, a motor vehicle had been reported stolen, amongst other electronic devices, from a 2-family duplex residence in Warrigan. Through the officers' investigation, it was determined that approximately $6,700 worth of items were stolen from a victim from one side of the duplex, and $1,300 worth of items were stolen from several victims from the other side of the duplex. One of the victims had reported that 2 masked individuals had entered his residence carrying a black assault-styled rifle, and he had assaulted him before leaving in his neighbor's stolen motor vehicle. Now, on March 19th, a search and seizure warrant was obtained through Danielson Superior Court for Betancourt Vasquez's residence, which was executed, resulting in the locating of several items that had been reported stolen, as well as a large quantity of Xanax. Betancourt Vasquez was then held on a combined court set date of $225,000 and is due in Danielson Superior Court. On August 29th at about 3:22 in the morning, members of Plainfield Police responded to Sam's Food Store located on Norwich Road in Plainfield after receiving a complaint of a male and female arguing. Upon arriving, the police immediately recognized the male, 27-year-old Zachary Mitchell, who is homeless, but from Plainfield, from extensive prior police interaction. Now, the officer was aware Mitchell had an active arrest warrant for failure to appear. Although uncooperative, Mitchell was placed under arrest. While being placed in the police cruiser, Mitchell stated that there was stolen property on scene, and once placed in the police cruiser, Mitchell would not remove his foot from the doorway, which the police rectified and took him to the Plainfield Police Department. Once at the police department, Mitchell remained uncooperative and refused to get out of the cruiser. Mitchell was then escorted into the booking room and refused to enter his jail cell. While in the cell, Mitchell flooded the cell with toilet water, causing the cell to overflow and leak into the police department's evidence processing room. Mitchell then stripped himself down and urinated through the cell and attempted to tamper with the cell cameras and locks. Mitchell was charged with failure to appear and criminal mischief, and he is due in court today. Governor Ned Lamont announced that the first round of the $1,000 bonus payments authorized through the Back to Work Connecticut program are being mailed this week to more than 1,500 eligible applicants who are among the initial group of workers participating in the program. Approximately $10 million has been allocated for the program, which will provide bonus payments of up to 10,000 eligible applicants. It's administered by the Connecticut Department of Revenue Services in conjunction with the Connecticut Department of Labor and runs through December 31st of this year. Checking a couple of items from Town Hall in Griswold. No meetings this week except for just one on Thursday, where the Ordinance Committee will meet in the Selectmen's Meeting Room. That's on the second floor. That'll be at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And don't forget, coming up is Labor Day weekend, and the Griswold Town Hall will be closed on Monday in the observance of Labor Day and will reopen once again Tuesday morning.
The 9 a.m. report on SNSN has been brought to you by Charlene's Diner, 37 Main Street, Jewett City. Family owned for almost 40 years. Order what you want, eat what you get. That's Charlene's Diner.
Here's a look at your local weather forecast on SNSN. Partly sunny skies today. Should be a nice day in eastern Connecticut. Temperatures reaching about 84 degrees and a wind coming from the northwest about 5 to 9 miles per hour. For tonight, clouds will start to roll in, but no rain is in the forecast this evening. Mostly cloudy skies, temps around 64. And the outlook for Wednesday, a 40% chance of rain sometime in the morning. Mostly cloudy skies and temperatures reaching only about 77 degrees.
your news and information source, SNSN.
All right. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Mike and Jim Barney today. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Mike.
How are you?
I'm fabulous.
So the big question that we asked before we went into our news break is, do people, do they love their pets more than they do other humans? What would you think?
I think certainly there are many, many cases where people would love their pets at least equally to other humans.
Okay.
And there are probably some that would love them more than other humans.
Okay. People really do love dogs more than other humans. According to a new study, new research has shown people are more empathetic to dogs rather than adult humans. Only a baby human elicited more sympathy than an adult dog from study participants.
Very interesting.
Isn't that something? This is because we see dogs as part of the family rather than just pets.
Well, and of course, as there's been more and more emotional turmoil in our lives, that's a fallback position. I shouldn't use the word fallback, but it's a position many people take. I'm not gonna put a pet in front of a human ahead of a human being. I mean, if I got to rescue a pet or a human being, I'll rescue the human being. But I certainly have much empathy for pets.
So now it also raises the next question: is it normal to love pets more than humans? What do you think? Is it normal?
Is it normal to love pets more than human beings?
Is that a normal practice?
Well, I think it's a practice probably for some people who maybe have been actually hurt by other humans or perceived hurt, and they get comfort from their pets.
According to a study, the natural affection we feel for our animals can be compared to the affection that we feel for our children.
Baby.
Yeah. We impulsively care for them and desire to help them because they are unable to help themselves easily, like a baby. Our perception of adult humans is that they can easily speak up for their rights or defend themselves from danger, where dogs cannot, cats cannot, pigs, parakeets, whatever you happen to have for an animal.
I've known people who actually have kept. I forget what the brand of pig is, but they've kept pets for pigs for pets.
I always wanted a little pygmy pig, little mini pig.
A big mouse, you mean?
Big mouse, yeah. I guess they're litter box trained.
Is that right? Yeah,
that's what I hear. I think that would be kind of cool. Do dogs feel love when you get, like, for example, if you get a hug from somebody that you care for, when somebody gives you a kiss from somebody that you care for, you feel that affection, right?
Yeah.
Now, do dogs feel that? Do dogs get that?
I would believe so.
Okay.
But let's see what our audience
Because I do.
say.
I kiss my puppies, and they snuggle, and, it's like a stuffed animal that's alive.
I can't say that I've kissed my pets, but certainly
little puppies.
My last dog is many, many years ago. Buried him in 1993, 19 years of age.
Wow.
But that dog, that was my constant companion for a number of years.
Yeah, I can say personally that when I was growing up, I had a dog named Toby. Toby was a cockapoo, and I got her when I was like 12 years old. And she lasted till I was about 26. And then she had to be put down.
That's a pretty good life, 14 years for a dog.
Yeah, but I could not get another dog.
Yeah.
Until just recently. I was telling Melissa, I said, until we have the dogs that we have now, I just couldn't. I've had other dogs, and it's not the dog's fault, but I just couldn't get close to them. I had a wonderful dog that I was part of a rescue. Her name was Mary. It was Merry, and I named her that because I got her at Christmas time.
beautiful dog, smart dog, everything. Very affectionate. Got her when she was a pup. I couldn't do it. I don't know why. I was just Toby. Everything was so Toby. From when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But these two mutts, Howie and Henry, that I have now, they are the first dogs that I was able to actually love.
After Toby,
and you kind of you listen to these, read these surveys here, and it's almost akin to another human being.
Well, of course, I mean,
so I guess I'm on board with that.
There's much to do with emotional support animals. Okay.
Yeah.
And I believe that love, that bonding there is just unreal. I mean, I don't mean I shouldn't use the term unreal. It's just fascinating that there is that bonding between pets and human beings.
Yeah.
I mean, I've often wondered if my old dog was much smarter than me, or sometimes you think Jesus, it's wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people think too, like I just said, that I give my puppies cuddles and little kisses on their forehead and stuff like that, and snuggle them, and it's great for blood pressure, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
absolutely great for blood pressure.
Why do you monitor your blood pressure before you pet them and after you pet them?
I do.
You ought to take and monitor the dog's blood pressure and see what the results are there. Maybe you're raising their blood pressure.
Henry, give me a paw. Paw. Anyway, but now dogs turn around and they will lick you.
Yep.
Are they kissing you?
Maybe.
What is your opinion?
Yeah, they probably are.
Okay.
Yeah, they're showing affection with slobbering all over you.
So why do dogs lick you? Now the quote is, dogs often lick people to show affection, as a greeting, or to simply get our attention.
I think all of that, and maybe they like the salt that they lap off of your hands or your arms.
Well, Jim, you get the gold star, because it continue reading goes, of course, if you happen to have a little food, lotion, or salty sweat on your skin, that may play a role as well, along with affection. These are some of the things your dog actually wants from you. So I think that's kind of interesting. I always wondered what dogs think, or what do they feel, or whatever. Like, for example, cats. Like if you get a cat and they come around, they next thing you know, you put your hand out and they actually press their forehead up against it, and then they'll turn around, they'll rub you. And I'm thinking, just by kind of walking close to you, and sometimes they'll flop on you or whatever. I always wondered to myself, is that because they're trying to be affectionate?
It may very well be. I've never. I mean, we've had many cats, especially when I was younger. I mean, but I've always been a dog person as opposed to a cat person. And sitting here having this conversation, thinking back, I'm wondering if the cats or other animals too. I wonder if they can pick up vibrations or whatever from you. Because I never found cats in general super friendly, but maybe it's because of vibes that I was giving off, and maybe they're recognizing something there.
I don't know. And the ancient Egyptians said that cats have healing powers with vibrations.
Okay.
So Jim, you're what's up with you today? You're like a little you're a little swami today. All this stuff.
I don't think so.
I just think it's kind of interesting. But actually, the best reason that I have seen about cats is what they're doing is they're actually. Now, I'm not a pet mogul. I'm not anything like that. I just like to read a lot of this stuff of what happens. So anyway, cats, the reason why they rub up against you is because they're trying to put their scent on you.
Interesting.
So that way, if they get lost, they can find you. Cats are amazing. There have been stories where people have moved from state to state and the cat will find them.
I don't know how that's possible.
I have no idea. But I can tell you this, is that we had a cat one time when I was married. And I forget what the cat's name was. It wasn't even my cat. It was my stepson's cat. And his mother decided, well, we can't keep the cat. So we gave the cat away to another home. And a week later, and this was like 5 miles away, as the crow flies. Well, about 5-6 days later, there's the cat right in our doorstep. Got out and ran right back to us.
Wow.
So,
I mean, you've heard these weird tales about animals, like you said, following long distances to find their previous home.
Well, we even have a story even just now where when we moved to Canterbury, Melissa had a cat by the name of Colonel, and Colonel got out. Colonel was an outside cat to begin with, anyway. So Colonel got out and took off. It was kind of normal for Colonel to leave, for a day and then come back because, Colonel, this is where Colonel's food was. Well, Colonel didn't come back. And we were wondering, we thought maybe he got chewed up by a coyote because I had two cats, Randy and Pumpkin, and they just were nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Was this cat kidnapped?
No, I think, well, no, not in that sense. No. So about a year later, we took our puppies because we lived right next to Canterbury Cones. It's an ice cream place on 169, which is now closed, by the way. Went over there. We got our ice cream. We sat down. We looked over. Here comes a cat, plops himself right in front of Canterbury Cones. It was Colonel. And the lady who owns Canterbury Cones at the time came over and said, "Oh, we see you met so-and-so, Fifi or whatever." And we're like, "No, that's not his name." And we tried to explain that, because they knew where we lived.
Yeah.
And Colonel just said, anyway, it was...
Well, he was getting better fed there at the ice cream store than he was at your place.
Yeah.
Why would he come home?
No kidding. I don't blame him.
I mean, food's a strong incentive.
Yeah, I know. Look at me. So I
need more, huh?
You need a sandwich, Jim. You need a sandwich. So we left Colonel there because he was happy. We told them what his name was. They had named him something else, and they also said that they had to take Colonel to they took Colonel to the vet, and Melissa says, "Well, we already did that. That's already been done." Because Colonel was well taken care of. Well, fast forward to about a week ago. Melissa gets a message on Facebook and said that the owners of Canterbury Cones have sold their business and they're out. They're leaving. Do you want Colonel back?
So did you take Colonel back?
So it wasn't even the owners that called us. It was a friend or something like that of theirs. So, yeah.
So now you have Henry and Happy and Colonel, huh?
Henry and Happy?
Whatever their names were.
The dwarfs. So Henry and Howie.
Henry and Howie.
And then Melissa went up there and got Colonel. Colonel was pissed off for about 5 days.
He didn't have his nice sweet ice cream cones anymore.
No. But as of yesterday, Colonel seemed to have settled in, have accepted, because we have two other cats.
You got a menagerie.
We do. So we have 3 cats, 2 dogs now. So we have Colonel back. Colonel's about 8 years old.
Well, cats will live typically a lot longer than dogs if they've been taken care of.
But the thing is, and it goes back, do we love our pets more than we love other human beings?
I think that's certainly true about some human beings.
I think it is too. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And, myself and Jim will be back in a minute right here on SNSN.
Don't just wish for a winning deal. Make it Dish. It will make it real. Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
Hey everyone, this is Ellis Dish from Dish Motors. We're back better than ever with our new sales and service center on Route 32 in North Franklin. Everyone says there's nothing better than dealing with the dishes, and here's why. Selection. We have the area's largest inventory of off-lease, one-owner vehicles of all makes and models. You name it, we got it, or I'll get it for you at no additional charge. Quality. Each vehicle goes through a rigorous 120-point safety and quality check. Nothing leaves the lot without my personal approval. Convenience. We have financing sources for almost any situation. We offer on-site registration processing, and we have maintenance programs for years of stress-free ownership. And now open for all your maintenance needs. Our full-service repair facility, where oil changes start at just $19.99. Call today for your appointment or just stop by. So save thousands and deal with the dishes. Route 32, North Franklin. Or check us out online at dishfranklin.com. Or ring us, 860-383-4750.
Don't just wish. Make it Dish.
Reliable plumbing and heating services are just a phone call away when you contact the professionals at Mcguire Plumbing and Heating in Fallontown. Family owned for more than 35 years, Mcguire Plumbing and Heating has earned a reputation by providing accurate quotes and being open and honest when on the job, plus giving honest advice that may be needed down the road but isn't an immediate concern today. Find Mcguire Plumbing and Heating on Facebook or call 860-376-3388. Look for the big truck with the little Irish fella. Mcguire Plumbing and Heating, proud sponsor of Griswold Youth Football.
Hey, I'm Jess, but you can call me the Tire Queen. For the best deals on tires, come and see me at Advanced Automotive on Route 138 in Griswold. Call me at 860-376-8687. But definitely don't talk to my dad. He's definitely not the Tire King.
And right now, Jess the Tire Queen has great deals and excellent service waiting for you at Advanced Automotive, Route 138, Griswold.
Tire Queen.
SNSN, your local news leader.
And good morning. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I hope everybody is doing okay. Thank you for joining us on this fine Tuesday morning. It's certainly very nice to have you with us. If you are there, say hello. We'd like to see who's there. And do you have a tendency, or do you think you love your pets more than other people? I think that's
I don't know how many people would actually admit to that, but
I don't know. I think I don't know, man. I don't know. Alicia just said, I think we do love them like we love family. I personally agree. And yes, I can say I love my pets more than certain people. Want names? Yes. Pixar didn't happen.
No, I certainly understand where she's coming from.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm sure we all have our favorite unlikable people.
Absolutely.
Of course, most of mine tend to be political characters.
Oh my God! Here we go.
No, I've avoided that name so far this morning.
I gotta give you credit this morning, because usually there are one or two names you will bring up in any context whatsoever.
Can you name those?
Fauci.
Yeah.
And Pelosi.
Oh, well, okay. I thought you was thinking of one closer to home.
Who? Oh, Malloy?
No. One of our U.S. senators.
Oh, Blumenthal?
Yeah. Man.
You're not a big Dick Blumenthal fan, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I'm not a fan of almost any politician.
Ooh.
In fact, as far as voting is concerned, I generally do not vote for an incumbent unless they've done something that has been outstanding in my mind.
Yeah. All right.
And I can say that there is no one serving in government other than at the local level. No, that's not true. There is one or two people at the state level that I have a tremendous amount of admiration for. But at the federal level, there's absolutely zero that I have ever voted for that's in office.
Alicia chimes in once again. She goes, "I love my pets way more than Pelosi."
Yeah, I'm with you.
There are a couple of events that are coming up in the town of Griswold that I think are pretty important. One of them, and they all have to deal. Both of them, I'm thinking of, have to deal with addiction.
Yeah,
and addiction services and stuff.
Matt's Mission is coming up.
Yeah, Matt's Mission is having an event on the 11th, September 11th, over at Veterans Memorial Park, and it's 3 hours of different vendors that are there. That'll they have information and product that they can hand over to you and give you an idea. I think Grizzle Pride will be there as well for that. But it's the event is. Matt's Mission celebrates recovery, and they have a bunch of people that come out and they speak on recovery and how their recovery has gone, how it is going, and how it will continue. And I've met some wonderful people that have been they've been drug dependent.
Yeah,
for many years. Some of them have done time, for the addictions that they have. And these are wonderful people. They're wonderful people.
Yeah, and Mike, I take my hat off to anybody, whether it's any addiction, whether it's alcohol, smoking, or drugs. Anybody that can recover from those addictions, my hat is off to you. I'll tell you.
Yeah, and the people that run these organizations, like Miranda Mahoney, it's tireless.
Yeah, Kathy Duffy.
The things that they do. A guy named Daryl McGraw that I have met, and he is one of those gentlemen that had a drug addiction, and he did time in jail. And while he was in jail, and he ended up with, I think, 2 master's degrees.
Wonderful,
and he's out. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. He really is. He's a great guy. And he runs an organization called Formerly Inc. And what they do is they help people transition from jail back into society.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all very important services.
I remember an article, and I discussed it back a few years ago on the Barney and Burdick with Paul Latz show, and I don't remember the state. It was one of the far Midwestern states like Idaho or Utah or one of those states, and they were taking a totally different approach to getting addicted people back into society, and it may have also been including veterans with PTSD and stuff like that. Most programs seem to focus on you got to solve your addiction before we can really help you. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not what this outfit was doing, or this state was doing. The first thing they did is they set them up in with a place to live, okay, and supported them throughout. And that seemed to be a very, very successful way to go. I mean, if you've got an addiction and you're living on the street, how can you possibly get over your addiction?
True. Very true.
So that was a pretty impressive article that I came across, and like I said, we talked about it on the station here in the past.
Now, let's see. Donna says that Matt's Mission and Grizzle Pride are 2 great organizations. Griswold is lucky to have them, and he says Daryl is a great speaker, so he's familiar with Daryl McGraw.
Yeah,
he's been here. He's been here a couple of times, and next time he comes, I'll make sure you're here so you can meet him. He's a really nice guy.
All right.
He cares, and it's these people actually have, passion for what they're doing, for trying to help people. Because I was talking to Daryl, and it's like, he goes, when I got out, it was nothing.
That's what I was just
exactly
what I was just saying.
Right. And then he says we help people transition back into
society.
Yeah. I know one thing that they have is they have like backpacks, and they fill it with personal needs items, and stuff like that to give people a leg up when they finally, when they get out in transition.
But I mean, the number one thing is you have to have shelter.
Yeah, true.
So I mean, to try and rehab somebody that's been a street person without establishing some kind of a residence for them, I don't know that you got a heck of a lot of success.
And Ryan just throws a curveball into the whole conversation and says, "I like my pet. I hate most humans."
Is this a Ryan we know?
It's a Ryan I know.
Ryan, you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
if you're thinking Ryan Aubin, no, it is not.
No, I wasn't really thinking of Ryan. No. I think Ryan Aubin does a fabulous job. With what he's.
Do you
doing.
know another Ryan?
Do I know another Ryan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
No,
I mean, the name isn't all that familiar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't know if because he doesn't use his last name on his Facebook, so probably because he hates most humans. They may hate him too. I don't know why. He's a good guy. So
the pets. If you've got a family pet, it seldom will ever turn on you. Now there's certain pets that may turn on you, but I can't recall ever having been bitten by a family pet.
Have you? No, me either. No. Ryan does pop up and says Ryan Aubin is the Ryan that everybody loves.
Yeah,
and I guess he's the one that everybody doesn't love. So it's the dueling Ryans. Donna says, and this is very, very true. We have two cats, total opposite personalities. Now, getting back into my puppies, Howie and Henry, very, very true. Very, very true. Like they're litter mates.
Mm-hmm.
They are absolutely completely different. Henry is, he's an attention whore. You've got to pet him all the time. He'll jump up on you, and he just wants you to love him constantly. He loves human touch. And Howie, he don't really care. He doesn't care about much. Howie doesn't. Until he wants to. Then it's totally different.
Bringing this back to humans. I mean, I got three younger brothers, and we're all different, but yet we're all the same. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah. I mean, Howie and Henry are very much. I mean, my pups are very much the same. But I don't know. I just think that it's funny how different they are for being born within like minutes of each other. I just think it's funny. Howie, like for example, if Howie has his paws and he's standing up next to me, like, and he wants his neck rubbed or whatever, Henry will come over and literally push him away.
Oh, envy, jealousy.
Oh yeah, he's a jealous dog. He's a very, very jealous dog.
Well, I think the dog that my son has at this point is a very jealous dog. Also, he wants that. He wants that attention. And even jealous of people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's very, very true.
If my son is involved with some person, the dog is going to come right over and try and nuzzle in there and grab his share of the attention,
Yeah. I have a picture here of Howie and Henry as babies. They are the most adorable. And they're Shih Tzus. But when they get really, really furry, when they need their haircut,
yeah,
they look like sheepdogs. They literally look like a sheepdog.
Well, I never had a sheepdog, but I used to raise sheep.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, did you raise sheep?
Yeah, I had sheep for a while. I had a cow for a while. That's a story I can tell you someday.
I don't know if I want to know. I really don't know.
Oh God!
So there's Howie and Henry. If you're in the stream, you can see them. That's when they were babies. They look pretty much the same now. It's just bigger. But then that's Howie and Henry right there. So I guess the question is do I love my pets more than some humans? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would protect my little babies. I mean, it is very much akin to having a child.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
they're totally dependent on you and you know.
So okay, now shameless plug time. We can we have some exclusive Jewett City wear that we've been peddling here at SNSN, and one of the things that we put up there, I don't know if you can see it, Jim.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, is that's what you see right there is a hoodie, and it's America's only Jewett City, and it has a map and has a little marker there for Jewett City.
And you said you did the research, and it truly is America's only Jewett City.
It is America's only Jewett City, quite possibly the world's only Jewett City. I mean, there's a Jewett, Texas, but there's not a Jewett City, and we are the only Jewett City, I believe, in the world. In the world. So,
well, you believing doesn't make it so.
I know. You know what? Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. I'm telling you.
That's a piece of trivia I don't have to dig into. I got too many things I'm looking up every day.
So you can get this one right here either as a hoodie or you can get it as a T-shirt. We've sold a bunch of these, and they're fun, and you show your Jewett City pride. Here's another one where it says Jewett City, Connecticut. It takes a village, which is crossed out, and it says a borough, because we are the borough of Jewett City, right?
Yeah.
Again, you can get that, and you can get it in different colors too if you wanted to. So it's not just in black. You can get it in. Somebody asked me if you can get it in green. I said, yeah, sure. Then never heard from them again.
These are all custom made for your individual customers.
Yeah, actually, they are. They are.
So if you want some monogram on it, or I don't know about.
Well, I don't know about monogram.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but you probably could get your name on it, I would think.
Well, they can do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
We're not going to put the name on it.
Oh, okay.
So that's that is another, and again, you can get it as a shirt or a hoodie if you would like. Here's the T-shirt. Takes a borough. Again, that's gray, but you can get it in black, white, red, green, fuchsia, whatever you like. And one other thing that we have here is we are known as, if you didn't know already, Jewett City is the vampire capital of New England, because of the Ray family, and there's a whole story with it. Tuberculosis and what they call back then they called it consumption. And they called them vampires. So there's one of our vampire shirts, vampire capital of New England, Jewett City, Connecticut. Sometimes we suck, sometimes we bite. That's what vampires do, right?
Never spent much time thinking about vampires, Mike.
Well, there are a lot of people that are into like horror films and scary stuff or whatever. People go up to Salem, Massachusetts, for the witches,
sure,
and all that kind of stuff. Why not Jewett City and visit the vampires? I'm telling you, this is a piece of tourism that is just waiting to happen. It's just waiting to happen.
Maybe there's an enterprise for some entrepreneur here to identify all the stuff about vampires and then run tours.
Yeah. Look, it's a Kevin Trahan sighting. Never mind.
Okay.
It's Kevin. Kevin from the Trahan Agency. Allstate. There we go. Little plug there for Kevin. I think I just want to do that from time to time. Oh, look, it's Kevin Trahan for no apparent reason.
Hey, it's your station. Whatever floats your boat.
We do want to thank some other new sponsors that have come on board. Highway Campers, not really a new sponsor. They've been around, here and there with us, but they really have been a big supporter of local sports with us, especially the youth sports with Little League and, of course, Griswold Youth Football that we're going to be starting this Saturday, as a matter of fact. Highway Campers started in 1967 and family owned and operated.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a nice family business. They've always been, I mean, a number of times I've been up there, they've always been helpful, cooperative. You know,
the Jewett City Savings Bank always have they been there since day one. Mr. Merchant is retiring.
He's got to be just about there. He's got to be within a very few days.
The 7th
of September.
Yep. And so, which he's going to be missed. That guy's going to be missed.
Yeah, he's kind of a fixture.
He is.
So, do we know who the new CEO is?
We do. It's Mike Alberts.
Okay, yeah, he's been there for a while, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Probably about 3-4 years. He was a former state representative, as well as a first selectman up in the town of Woodstock. So, very much a people person, and he's familiar with, the area. So, and with Jewett City Savings Bank just opening up a branch within the last year up in Putnam, so. Also, the Burns Agency in Dayville and in Norwich. You'll buy better at Burns.
We used them quite a bit when we were building back here in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm. Burns Agency.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, Advanced Automotive. Now, these are folks. And why am I showcasing these businesses this morning? Because these guys are the lifeblood of what we do here. We've had a lot of folks been saying, we want local sports. We want more local sports. These are the folks that are going out and they are sponsoring the local sports. So, they're there for you to watch, whether it's live or tape delayed, or your kids can watch them when they're done playing. So if they're actually in the game, they can go home and watch the game that they just played in. These are all things, and because of these businesses, that's why it happens. Connecticut Affordable Waste is another one. I don't have their picture yet.
What was that? Connecticut Affordable Waste.
Connecticut Affordable Waste. They do big dumpsters.
Okay.
That's all they do. They don't do like garbage pickup and stuff.
Okay,
so they just do big roll-offs, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Sean McFadden, a local guy, has that business. He's also supporting. So there we go. Yeah, and there's Howie and Henry again.
Yes, he only does the he doesn't make regular weekly pickups of dumpsters at complexes or anything like that. Then
what I mean by that is it's not like Willimantic Waste where they'll go and pick your garbage up once a week. I don't.
No, what I'm thinking is some of the condominium associations, we have dumpsters there, okay, and they get picked up, typically once a week, depending on the volume.
I would give him a call.
Well, sometime give me his number.
I shall do that. Again, a local guy from town.
I like doing business with local small businesses. We've allowed certain companies to capture, and in many cases drive small businesses totally out of business.
Yeah, and that is a shame. And I hate to hear about that,
and the same thing in the financial industry.
I've been saying it over and over again. I know you'll echo this, Paul, anybody else that has come into this radio station, as well as legislators. Local helps local.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I mean, I have a saying. I try to keep the money circulating within the local area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And I hate to say it, but I know there are certain necessities that you have to get elsewhere that you can't find in town. But as far as service-based stuff, most of it's right here.
Yeah, I mean,
most of it's right here.
We go out and we buy China junk because we can save a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we ought to stop buying China junk to save a dime and spend that extra dime and keep people employed locally.
So even Ryan, that was just in the in the room. I don't know if he's still there, but he runs a drone service.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
I can't remember his last name, but I think I've met him before.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably have.
Yeah.
You probably have met him here.
possibly.
Yeah.
And at the town hall too.
Yeah. And he's very good at what he does. So it's Eagle Eye LLC. So, and I know he does a lot of work with a lot of local agencies.
Yeah, he's done some work with Tom Giard on the on the lake stuff, trying to protect and preserve the lake and control the algae and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's still there. He goes, I try. Yeah, he does really good work. So here, Ryan, pop in your phone number in the name of your company in full. I'll put it up on the screen. So that way, people later on, you want to see it. He's there somewhere. So, yeah, but it's local.
Yeah,
it's a local guy. You don't have to go to Hartford or New Haven to find this service. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a better deal and somebody you know and trust that's local. Al Gear is a big proponent, local. He'll say that just like that. Local.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You try to impress that onto people, and, you do the best that you can. The restaurant industry is suffering. It's suffering. Well, there are quite a few fine restaurants locally. Instead of going to the casino, why don't you check out some of the local restaurants around here, like Voluntown Pizza, the Town Grill. Hey, have you ever been out there? Up on 138.
That's in Voluntown.
Yes.
Yeah. Numerous times.
Delicious. It is. It's very good. Town Grill and Pizzeria. It's very, very good. And it's, the prices are they're very reasonable.
Yeah, they're reasonable. Yeah. I'm always shocked at prices, but of course I remember penny candy.
I do too. I used to like the little flying saucers with the candy beads inside.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was I guess I was past the penny candy at that point.
So anyway, Ryan's number is 860-319-3516. 860-319-3516. Eagle Eye LLC, local photographer specializing in aerial photography and real estate photography. So it's Ryan Hargraves, by the way. Sorry, dude. For business purposes, we got to drop your real name. So there we go. So I think we did some service here to some local business people and their dogs.
Yeah.
So I think we did okay. All right, we're gonna wrap things up for a Tuesday. And Jim, thank you for coming on in. See, and you came in. You said, "I ain't got much today. I ain't got much." Look, we made it through, did we not?
Oh yeah, we made it through.
And we didn't even talk about Fauci.
No, we could have talked about Afghanistan though.
That might be tomorrow.
Yeah,
that might be tomorrow. But you know what? It was nice because we had one day and we really didn't get into politics. We didn't get into COVID, which we happen to fall down that rabbit hole just about every day. I get sick of it. I know you get sick of it. I know people that tune in go, "Oh my God, he's going to talk about COVID again." We did not talk about COVID. So there you go. Anyway, so thanks for hanging out, man.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. All right, we'll be back tomorrow morning once again with the wonderful and vivacious Paul Lash. That'll be tomorrow morning right here on SNSN. See ya.
Hurricane season is upon us. Did you know insurance